You ready to go finish planting corn? Replant? You having a good day? Alrighty. Let's go party. You are now watching Farming with Duffy Ag. Welcome back to the channel. The time has come. It's Friday the 18th. Yeah, way later than I would like to have this hooked up. But, as you all know, we had bird damage. And we're gonna go fix that issue. Replant 21. Got some seed in there. Got some bird treatment on it. Supposedly this stuff works awesome. Yeah, had a few buddies tell me give it a try. They say they'll only eat 3 plants or 3 seeds, and then they don't like the taste, so they leave it alone. So might be something that we do in our fields, that we have the geese that live in it. Somebody did mention you should have your dog go chase them. Yanko loves to chase geese. He literally lives for it. We get by a field and he gets so excited, and then he's like, oh, no geese here. But when there's geese, he loves it. So Yanko does chase some geese, right? So when we get there, he's probably gonna whine and get out and want to go chase some geese, and that's kind of what I got him to do. Problem is, we have fields all over the place, so we could spend all day long driving around chasing geese, get nothing done. And yeah, shooting them, like I said, people, it's frowned upon. We can get permits to shoot them, but people still, houses, people, feelings, shooting, killing, things like that gets people upset. Air cannons, things like that. It goes back to, we have fields all over the place, so how many air cannons do we get? How many neighbors do we annoy with air cannons? Well, we make it do. This year has probably been the best at keeping geese off our good ground. Well, our ground by the farm that we pass by every day. So with that being said, let's go replant some corn. Everything's beeping at me. This thing needs a service. On the move. Yeah, I cursed myself when I took the planter boxes off. That definitely, I think I said in the video, if I take them off, I'm gonna have to go replant. So, here we are. We'll do a little scouting when we get down there, so cruise right along. Hopefully get this done quick, and then the rest of the day, we're just gonna hang out. I'm just kidding. I got so much stuff to do. Should be a good weekend. Got a lot of wrenching to do, a lot of parts sitting around that need to go on things. Can catch up on all the stuff that is band-aid together to keep us farming along. Like I said, when we get here, Yanko's probably going to get a little revved up. The field actually looks halfway decent from here. We're going to really see what goes on now that the corn's growing some. I know it looks pretty bad from here. At least my point of view. We'll see when we get out there. Yanko's all worked up. There's not even anything out there. There he goes. Might as well get some exercise. So, actually, we'll swing over here and we'll just peek at the fields that are away from where the geese are. Bye, bud. Yanko's like, what's going on? So, the grass is actually looking halfway decent. This stuff it has to get, the quality and the tonnage is not here of what we want. It's been 11 years since we've seeded that, maybe longer. But here is the fields that are away from the geese. I got a few little wet spots out there that didn't really plant well, which I expected that. I'm sure there was standing water in that corner. And it just drowned it out. It looks wet still. Maybe we'll try to replant that. But this stuff, I gotta actually get the planter ready to go. This stuff doesn't look that bad for We gotta switch hydraulic lines too. It's going the wrong way. Previous videos, I've done the head mount and you can hear me breathing heavy. I sound like I'm out of shape. I'm just allergic to everything. Dust, trees, pollen, cats, sawdust, absolutely everything. So that's why I breathe heavy at points. But then I'm perfectly fine. I'm actually probably healthier and more fit than I was 4 or 5 years ago. When I was in New Zealand, I was always outside. I was always busy. So this corn actually looks halfway decent. We didn't do any we only did disking on this ground, and then we planted. As you can see, I got some skip spots that stuff never grew. But overall, this corn, we're gonna put a shot of urea on it and it should take off. We really got to get into doing nitrate testing and stuff like that. I just don't have enough time this year. I'd like to get to a point where that works out. But let's walk out here and see. Yeah, there's standing water still. I was surprised I could plant most of this prior. I might be able to slip down and get in. But honestly, that's standing water. So it's a wet spot. I don't think I should bother with this one. I don't. I think I'll make more of a mess trying to get in and out of it than actually planting it. Which I'm okay with that. Because you know what? When we go to harvest it in the fall, it's just gonna be a mess. And we'll get stuff stuck and we'll have headaches. But overall, this corn looks good for where it was. It was our last stuff that I planted. And that, yeah, because of how wet it was. This spring was wet. So this corn will get a good jump start. It's actually cooler the next few days. The whole next week it's cooler. We had the 90-some degree weather, and now we're back to, I think, 80s as a high and 60s as a low, maybe even 50s. I think it was 50 last night. So we'll put the chains back on and run this planter. We will see if this is the last time I plant with this or not. I'm hoping. I got some ideas in my head as far as not just planter, but whole application of chemical. I'm honestly a big fan of cultivating now that I've done it, but I got to get better. I got to be set up better to really make it work. So that will be, yeah, going to an 8-row planter. I'm not just wanting an 8-row planter because of the size and to have newer stuff, but to do every aspect of it. So we're gonna top dress fertilizer, which means we go over the top and we spread dry fertilizer. Forgot the bag here of inoculant when we were chopping grass, and it's still here. That's amazing, it didn't blow away. So we go over the top of this and we spread it out. It is enriched, so it helps with it not being volatile, and we put a little bit of sulfur on it. But injecting liquid manure into the ground next to the plants, or injecting liquid urea, nitrogen in the ground, I think has a much better payback and benefit than doing that. That's just my personal opinion, but the more I watch stuff, the more I feel I'm correct on it. And I'm learning. And I see liquid fertilizer eats away everything. Really? I didn't take any pressure off of that. I want to switch that because going forward is going up and going back is going down, and you get in your ways and you grab the wrong lever a few too many times and it gets frustrating. So with this corn, we got this field and then we got one behind it. The one behind it's usually always good, so I won't even bother looking at it. When we come in and we top dress, we'll do it there. I figure because I got the tender, I'll probably have Francisco top dress most of it, and I'll run around with the tender. You ready to go finish planting corn? Replant? You having a good day? Alrighty. Let's go party. I do got my little checker thing from Precision. They sent out those flags. Every time you get in, the radio turns on too. So this is handy. The tractor still needs a service. It didn't do it by itself. Ooh. So yeah, we're gonna rule that out. We're not gonna go into that corner and make a disaster decision and be covered in mud. But we are gonna go deal with our damage in this field. Hopefully it will be okay. Half of me wanted to disc it all and just start fresh. The other half of me, I don't know. Glad I got a Kemper head. Replanting makes such a headache. We'll go sneak down here where there's... Yeah, so you can see high spot good, high spot there good. It must have got wet and the seed just got, the geese literally just ate it all. Like, there's no seed in the ground. If you've watched the previous videos, you'll know when we scouted it that there's a hole and something ate it. So we'll probably just drive right around and lift the planter up as we go where we've already planted and replant everything. Yeah, it's just a little bit of weed pressure right here. I don't know. This is headaches of farming. I think the ground is pretty good condition. I think disking it probably will make it more of a headache. Well, back up and have a go at this. So I do got it's set all the way down, and hopefully that helps. We'll get out and check where the seeds are actually going. Yeah, you can see, like, it's wetter ground, but the seed must have been too quick, and then the other stuff just left, and the geese came over and ate it all. Because there's absolutely zero corn in between what's not out of the ground. So I got my gauge wheels all the way up, so hopefully I'm planting at a decent depth. We'll find out. Oh, there's one. Where were you? I just saw you. My bad. Maybe I'm too low. Maybe I'm not even planting yet. Maybe this corn plant, nope, they're in there. All right, I got a little too aggressive. There. We are way too low. Maybe not. We're at like 2, just over 2 and something. So we'll pick it up, take one notch out, I think. Plenty of moisture in the soil. If you're too deep, it takes too long to get out of the soil, and then it struggles. I'm trying to see. Yeah. We'll take one notch, and then we'll go from there. Yanko's already hot. Stay. Coming right back down. So what we got to do is adjust the gauge wheels so they stop sooner. I adjusted these out when I went and replanted that front of that one field. So we'll give it a little bit and I'll check it when we get over to the back side there. So see, this stuff's actually pretty healthy. We're not gonna replant this stuff, but I'll drive down the row and onto the end, and then I'll replant that. So it's good that the little odd end here is good. That means that I just got to do the outside rows, and then when I'm done with that, we'll come back and go back. We'll do cross rows, which are easy to go with. Alrighty, it's a little wet there. We're not going to replant the outside in here. Yeah, definitely a little wet there. And that goes back to the pond being so full. We'll do the best we can with what we got. We'll skip a row there. So there is a pond and they got a dam over on the other side. And I think they're doing work, or they got it dammed up for some reason, or something's going on. And the water level's ridiculously high. Yeah, I might be using the row cleaners a little aggressively, but that's all part of it. Kind of using the row cleaners to get rid of some of the corn that's left over. Check the depth again. Once we get in a sweet spot, then we can run. Shouldn't take that long to do this. Yeah, this stuff's sticky. It's always like that though. What are we doing here? Oh, there's one. It's off to the side, so. Okay, just about 2 inches. There should be another one right in here. Somewhere, maybe. This planter. There it was. 2 inches. I'm gonna go up one more. We're gonna call it good. This ground's just so. Yeah, we're no-tilling without. Hold on, bud. We're no-tilling with the non-no-till planter, and it actually works pretty good. So the seed does have bird treatment on it. Hopefully that will discourage them from coming over and destroying this any longer. They do live in the pond over there. Well, they hang out there. They're Canadian geese, but they never leave. That make them American geese? Or just like freeloaders? They're like on welfare or something like that. They don't have a job, they just have kids, and they destroy my stuff. Yeah, anywhere in here that is a really good stand, I'm gonna leave it. Due to it's got more potential to make better yield. It was planted earlier. Yeah. But anywhere where there's not much growing, I'm just gonna plant through it. I said, having a Kemper head will make this way easier than when I had a chain head and I had to pick and choose rows and run stuff over. Yeah. I don't see us spraying this again because weeds are actually looking pretty good right now. But we are going to top dress it. I don't know how soon. My goal is to top dress everything next week, but this stuff I might wait. I might top dress the other 2 fields. Bumpy bumps. This is what happens when you don't run the big discs. So this got discs with our small set of discs, and the outside rows have just bumps because I didn't do enough passes around the outside, and those discs do like rolls. So that is why it's not just I wanted a bigger set of discs, it's the fact that it does a better job, a much better job. So seeding into it, there's a lot of comments, you need some harrows after. You mean like rolling baskets? I agree. That would be an awesome seed bed. I got something in the works. We will see. We will see how the next few months go and what I come up with. Because I agree, a nice set of discs, set of double rolling baskets behind it, nice smooth seed bed. Also, we got an air seeder that could sit on a rolling baskets and could put cover crop on and do seedings. Just something to think about, right? So I know they make them Uniferth makes one. We've seen them in previous videos down in Connecticut or in Pennsylvania. We saw them at Binkley and Hearst. So I think that would work very well. We could cover a lot of acres quick, make cover cropping really nice, consistent, good seed bed, good bed to chop next spring when you chop the cover crop off. Last year we fertilized on cover crop, or spread on cover crop, and then we went in and dissed it. And it worked pretty well. It made some bumps though. I don't think the consistency was as good. I'm always trying to do better. I got a lot of, what is it? A lot of things in a fire? A lot of irons in a fire or something? Me and these quotes are not very good lately. Remembering them at least. Irons in a fire. I think it's irons in a fire. I don't know. Drop a comment. What am I saying wrong? Just frustrating. I've spent, I don't know, 3 hours on replanting some corn. Could have spent that on other things. Freaking geese. It's done though. That's it. No more replanting anything. It's late enough that. So here's where I don't like replanting stuff. We're gonna chop all our feed in a hopefully a timely manner. Hopefully it will be all good moisture. Then we come down here and we got stuff that's ready and we got stuff that's not. What do? You chop it. And I know people are gonna say, oh, put it in your upright silos. Upright silos are wore out. I don't trust them. Honestly, they should probably come down. The foundations, the roof, there's no blowers, all the doors, they're just a structural looking, they're for the eye, what is that called? Eye appealing or whatnot. So, with that being said, we have one pit, in goes the pile. So then you got some feed that's too wet. Not the end of the world, but when you're thriving to try to make the best quality feed, and you purposely know that that feed's not going to be as good as it can going right into it. Like on the grass, I'm disappointed on having rain, having the mower break down, because that dragged our whole cutting out. We started on, let me think, we started on the 22nd, which today, let's see, today is the 18th. So theoretically, we should be rolling in to our first cuttings that we did. Yeah, like today, yesterday. But the problem with that is, I'm sitting in a hayfield and there's nothing out here because it's been, I don't even, give me a second, I'll look it up. Gotta look at pictures to know what's going on. So we started on the 22nd. The mower broke down on, gave me a big hiccup on the 28th. Actually, we started on the 23rd. 23rd or 24th. And the mower broke down on the 28th, so we had 4 days of good cutting. And then, or the 29th. Then I went and got the cultivators. And we got back into grass on June 6th. So the mower being down absolutely killed me. That's what frustrated me, the biggest point of it. But that means our quality of the last half of stuff that we did is much poorer than the beginning stuff. But that also puts me in a boat where the first stuff's ready to go and our last half isn't, because June 7th, it's the 18th. So our last stuff that we chopped, we finished up grass on the 9th. Yeah, finished grass on the 9th or the 10th, one of those days. But that literally spread our cutting out 18 days because the mower was down. So then you try to make the best quality grass, and I already know we're gonna have to let our first stuff that we did, that's probably gonna be really good quality, we gotta let it go by so that we can group all our stuff up again, because there's no reason why we should take that long to mow grass. It goes back to the mower being broken and parts people not getting me parts in a timely manner. 8 days on overnight parts killed it. Yeah, so that's just as frustrating. So I know already that this field's gonna be too wet, so we'll probably try to bury it in the middle of the pile to spread that out so it's not all lump sum on the top or something like that. But as far as grass, disappointed. But all I can do is try to get second lined up close together, so that third is all good to go, fourth is good to go, and so on and so on. But with that being said, I guess we're done planting corn, but I've said that already once this year, so hopefully that doesn't make a liar out of me again. I don't think it will. We won't replant anything after this. Better get this home, get on to my next things. Short video. Figured I'd get some replanting done. Got some action coming. Got a lot of things planned. Got a trip I'm working on. So, thanks for watching, liking, subscribing. Really appreciate all that. But 2021 corn, it's in Mother Nature's hand. Most of it looks really, really good. We did order fertilizer this morning to top dress, so that will be coming out. They said Monday, Tuesday. I think Tuesday it's supposed to rain. Monday I know I have to work, so hopefully Tuesday we get some rain. We put it on. It is enriched urea with sulfur. So when we spread it, I'll go over that. It looks pretty cool. It's all blue. And what urea is nitrogen, so it helps corn grow. Corn uses a ton of nitrogen, and that's why we spread a lot of manure, because corn loves manure because it's a lot of nitrogen. Problem is it uses it up really quick in the beginning, and then it needs the rest for the growing season. So, yeah, lot to do, but I'll see you guys on the next video. Thanks for watching, liking, subscribing. Have a good one.